Hello and welcome to Youth Files. My name is Abdullateef. On Youth Files, we discuss youth exploits, showcase youthful potential, and celebrate youth. Today on Youth Files, my guest is the best graduating student of the Department of Communication and Language Arts, University of Ibadan, 2022-2023 academic session. Miss Kaosara Adebola Salaudeen. Good evening and welcome. Yes, good evening. You're welcome. Graduating from the university comes with different feelings for different people. How did you feel at graduation?
It was actually a mixed feelings for me. A side of me I felt like I'm free. I'm free from the shackles of going to classrooms. I'm free from trying to submit assignments. I'm from trying to work 7 a.m. class and doing a whole lot of things that are related to academics. Like I'm done. Nobody's going to monitor my life. So I was happy because of that. And there's this other part of me that made me feel like, okay, now that I'm done leaving school, what next? That's life after school. Where I have to tell myself, what do I really want? Where am I heading to? What I've learned while I was in school? How am I ready to use it in life after school? So there was that part of me that felt very troubled. That felt very like, I think I was confused.
Congratulations on your recent achievement. What does it take to emerge the best graduating student of a department like CLA?
Takes the grace of God, because that's just the basic fact that I'm not even going to lie about it. It is God's doing. It was God showing up, because being in CLA it's not a child's play. Right from our 100 level, when you had to do your first test in the department and everybody was paying very low mark. The highest mark over 10 was 4 or 5, if I could remember. And you got to realize that it seems in this department, to get an A, you have to work yourself up to get an A. So it takes the grace of God multiple times. And aside from that, you have to work hard. You have to work hard. You have to believe in yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself, there is no one that will do that. You have to work hard. You have to go extra miles aside from what they've taught us in class, because it is when you get to the exam, or that not even exam, let's start from assignments, then you realize that, see, in CLA, it is not what you've been taught in class that you do as your assignment, or something you think you can just go on Google and Google search it, then you do copy and paste. No, it is something you have to relate it to your personal self, to your personal experience. So if you can do that for assignments, what do you now think of exam? Something even more than that. It is more. In CLA, just go on Google. If you use only Google to do your CLA work, it is 0. So it takes extra work, hard work, believing in oneself, and most importantly, prayer, which is God's grace. God's showing up for people.
There's this saying in the department that they are very strict with marks, and you are able to navigate the struggles, you are able to pass through and succeed with brilliant results. And I would like to ask, how easy was it that despite scoring less than 5 in your first test and making it as the best graduation student?
Thank you for that. Actually, my first test and first class exercise was CLA 102. And that was even the first class. You would have known the lecturer like that. I had a 4/10. That's when I got to realize that I don't know how I want to survive with this department. How can this woman give me 4/10? What did I do? Then I had to I know that I had to do a whole lot of extra work, pray to God, so that this woman would give me good mark. So after the first exercise or test, we did a whole lot of tests, a whole lot of class exercise was 5. And at that point, I gave up. I gave up in my mind that, God, I don't want to carry over CLA 102. But I was not really bitter about it because when something is a mass failure, that I think that year so far was even 6/10. So I felt like it's a general thing. But we all were praying that you see this CLA 102, I think is the most carried over course in my department. And I don't even want to carry it over. It's not like we don't even know how to write, but we don't know how to write. That's just it. Because from what I learned, you cannot really know how to write because there will always be criticism to whatever it is you've written. Is either it is constructive or the other way around. So I was about that stage. Shelly one or two really weighed me down and made me doubt myself if I can even. But when I did other tests, I found out like if Shelly 102 is trying to weigh me down, I'll give it all my all, but don't let me like put all my energy in hymns. No matter what, I cannot really shine in that course. I managed to have a B at the end of the day. And I'm not even I'm very proud about it because I think only one or two had A in that course. So it was fine.
Wow. Let's rewind to the beginning of your journey. What sparked your interest in studying CLA?
I think it's a very, very funny thing for me. It's a very funny thing. I think I used to be that student that does not even have bearing. What sparked my interest in studying CLE? At first it was nothing. It all started from when I wanted to like register for JAM. Though my registration for JAM was so impromptu, I was not even prepared. But in my head, I know I don't want to do law. Now, I know I don't want to do law due to some reasons personal to me. So I know if I don't want to do law, I want mass communication. I want mass communication. So, and I was aware that UI does not even have mass communication. There is this my area sister. I just told me that, Kaosara, why don't you have communication languages? I said that I see me, I want mass com. He now told me that you actually like this communication language art. So I did not think deep about it. I just registered for the course. I told you, me registering for JAM then was impromptu. So that's how I picked CLE. And I felt like Auntie Judith, like she's an intellectual person. She's an intellectual person. For her to have said something like this, she has her reasons. Like she has been one of my mentors in the area, someone I look up to. And I know that she cannot give me something that doesn't make sense in that aspect of education because she's a very, very intellectual person. So when I picked CL, it was just something impromptu, something at the spur of the moment that I just have to do it because I didn't have choice. Then I went to Auntie Judith's house. She said I can actually browse what CLA is, and so that if I still want to reconsider changing of course online communication, and then I got to know what CLA is all about. So I think what sparked me to pick CLA is a funny thing, something that people even feel like I did not have bearing to something I love the most now. Me picking me picking a course that I don't even know anything about. Then I found that it's something I really, really love to do.
How has your university experience shaped your career growth?
Thank you so much for this. My university experience has shaped my career growth in a lot of ways. First, I would say that I'm very grateful that while I was in school, I now I think I after school at one point. So not even have done only academics, I would have just been confined in one area that I would just be like the nerd. She does not know anything aside from book. So I'm going to try to not do that. So it shaped my career growth in the sense that I learned the spirit of teamwork. I learned the spirit of connecting dots together. Like when you think there is no way in doing something, you just have to like show up and do it in all ways. Like the way CLE did to me. When I had to do a PR assignment, something I don't even know anything about, I'll I'll just see one topic on the assignment and I'll be like, we don't even do this thing in class. But I know I don't have any choice than to like do it and submit. And at times, this man's work, okay, how my university experience has shaped me for my career growth. Okay, so I've talked about how it taught me the spirit of perseverance, the spirit of teamwork, the spirit of I just have to show up. I just have to like find a way. In Even if I think that there is no way in doing this thing, I just have to find a way in doing it by fire by force because I don't have a choice. I would say the spirit of getting things done. Like no matter what, even if it is something that I don't have an idea about it at all, it is a new thing. I have to get it done. I have to find my way around it. I have to because I learned that knowledge is the thing that I keep learning from others. I can just sit down, ask people, find a whole lot of ways to know it. Nobody has to like come to me and tell me that you must do something I've taught you before. Because that's not how life works. You can like Auntie Inka's course, Dr. Inka, many things we did. Like it's not something we really did in class. We have to find our way around it. We have to be able to think on our own. I think that's how my university experience has shaped my career growth. That even if I find myself in a new environment, nothing is totally alien to me. It is something I can learn on the job. I can learn on the go. In as much as I'm a human being and I can think, I am a
Okay, thank you so much for that. I read your interview with a classmate, and in the interview, you talked about attending every social event in your 100 level days. How were you able to manage both the socials and the academics? Because you even talked about reading every day, making sure you go through your notes every day. And despite that, you attended every social event, department, faculty. So,
I actually attended every social event in my 100 level. And that I'm very grateful. This is what I did because I realized that this is my 100. Okay, my network is back. What like I learned this from one of my mentors in 100 level. That see, you see this 100 level, you have to leave it once, but you have to
oh,
leave
I
it
guess there's
wisely.
a network issue
First,
again. I can't hear you
identify who
clearly.
you are. See, I see myself as someone that I don't really want to say multitask. If I'm attending parties, that does not still mean I will not do what I want to do. So when I realized that all these events is just like all these events are lined up as I'm attending a class work, I'm attending a class and see, I first really tried when I was in 100 level. Hardly like once in every 2 weeks. Like hardly we used to once in every 2 weeks that there would not be a party in the faculty then when I was in 100 level. So we could just like finish class on Friday evening and we just saw people singing, all these people dancing. So we would go there, even impromptu events would attend. But this is what I did. I had this timetable I schemed out or I planned for myself that Adebola, even if I attend all these events, do not let a day, do not let a day pass you by without you even skimming through your notes. I'm not even saying reading in total, skimming. Like try to check what you guys have done in class today. If like today, if you guys just had 2 classes and you've attended all events, try to check again. When you come back from that event, just open that note. What did this man say in class? What did you people do in class? Just skim through it and cover it. That's all. Then when you are now relaxed, probably after 2 or 3 days, make sure you read. Don't skim through my notes. Let me say every day. Might not really be every day, but I just skim through my notes. Then a week will not pass by that I would not read. And it's not like I would read only once. It's not once. I might read 2 or 3 times. But that skimming, I made it my thing because I know I attended all events. And it's not only like I attended all events. I would come back to the room and give my roommate the report of what happened. So that's what I did, attending event and making sure I skim through my notes all day. Because when you are skimming through your notes, you cannot be tired. Because it's not something you are doing with all your energy. It's not something you're doing with all your energy. You're just trying to recollect some things. Okay, we did this, then that's all. Then after like 2 days, I'll make sure I read, not skim again.